Well, our apologies for our technical difficulties around here. Shane's taken the L on that one, I guess. But Damon, to jump back into right where we were at, we do have, of course, again, some prospects that you feel like are untouchable. We know Ryan Waldschmidt. Ernesto's right. Espo didn't pay the electric bill. He's not wrong. I mean, that's. He also didn't bring us water, so we're still waiting on the water. But
welcome back, Ernesto. Derek, maybe you should tweet out to the people, hey, we are in fact back here live.
We are. We've never been more back, in fact, and I don't think you can argue with that. But
you could also make the argument, right, that Jordan Lawler is at a low point in terms of value, 100%. That it might not be smart to trade him at this moment in time. But I do think that his name notoriety and his current ranking status still being pretty high do lend well to potentially he being pretty valuable. His problem is the injuries, in my opinion. Like, can this guy stay healthy enough for an extended period of time that, he can build value is the issue, right? But I do think that, like, Drew Jones, Jordan Lawler, those guys are at low points. Ryan Waldschmidt on a high, but kind of feels like we need that at that position specifically this season, him in left field.
Well, Kyle had a message that he had posted on the other on the other stream, but it's gone now. But again, it was about Ivan Melendez being gone. There are guys here that we're talking about that might be Rule 5 draft candidates. The Diamondbacks might not be able to actually protect all of these guys. I think they're going to protect the pitchers. I think they're going to protect guys like Cole Drake and Mitch Brad, anybody that's Rule 5 draft eligible in that way, but they might not be able to add enough guys to their 40-man roster to protect all of them. Also, the Rule 5 draft is what it is, and teams that draft any of those guys have to keep them on, obviously on their roster for the entire season, and that's very difficult to do with some of these prospects. But we did have a tweet here from Gambo, not that Gambo tweet, the other Gambo tweet, or a tweet about what was said on Burns and Gambo, and that was in regards to the Arizona Diamondbacks. He said this was a recap from our guys over at Dbacks Stats Info. He said McCarthy and Thomas have little value in trade market. That's something that we already knew. Dbacks want young, controllable starting pitching. Very difficult to obtain, right? Like, yes, the Dbacks want that, and I would like to make $175,000 a year, but neither of those things are probably going to happen. They did reiterate interest in a one-year reunion with Goldschmidt and said a reunion with Kelly is more likely than Gallen. And I could see that for sure.
Good info.
I know that Kelly for sure is the guy that I'm sure they'd prefer back. But Gallen, again, it's kind of up to Gallen. Like, I'm sure the Diamondbacks don't hate the idea of him turning down that offer, but it does solve a problem for them. Like I've said, like, the Diamondbacks are in a great position when it comes to the Zach Gallen qualifying offer, because again, if he doesn't accept it, they do get a compensatory pick that allows them a very high draft pick. If he does come back, then one of their pitching problems is solved, and they have to figure out what they're going to do for one spot in the rotation instead of two. But did want to remind you guys about the PHNX newsletter. If you haven't signed up for it yet, do so right now. It's completely free over at gophnx.com/newsletter. And again, you can be the smartest sports fan you know. Our guy Alex is now running it, taking care of you over there and doing a great job. So make sure to sign up. It's the biggest news in Arizona sports in your inbox every morning at 6 a.m. So
Alex is also a Wildcat, so good in my books.
Oh,
we need as many as we can get around here.
Makes me sick. I'm inundated with them around here.
There are dozens of us.
Dozens of them in this office.
What's funny is all the people that you work in closest affiliation with feel like U of A people.
Oh, it's sick.
Me, Kevin, Alex is a D-backs guy, so you have to hear from Alex a lot.
All the time. I sit next to him in the press box.
Yeah.
It's gross. It's gross. But speaking of gross, we're going to take a look at what has been happening to the Salt River Rafters this week in another edition of Fall Guys. Damon, I need some sort of graphic thrown up on the screen so that I can change into my costume. Can you get that ready for me here?
Yeah. I think I may have accidentally somehow deleted this because fine. I thought Fall Guys was for some reason done.
People they got an extra costume last week, so they don't get a costume this week. It's fine. But
no, Derek, we're gonna find this.
No, you know what? No, because the Raft they don't deserve it. The Raft. They had a tough week.
Did they blow it?
They blew it this week, Damon. They've had a rough week. Going back to last Friday, the Raft Ride the raft. They lost 8-3 to those damn Scorpions, which you know how much we hate the Scottsdale Scorpions around here. David Hageman had a rough start.
I hate the I mean, almost as much as the Dodgers.
No, I hate them too. But of course, again, you got to worry about David Hageman here because he got rocked a little bit. 2 2/3 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs. He walked 3, struck out 3, gave up 1 home run. So not exactly the strongest outing of Arizona Fall League play for David, but still, nonetheless, still out there trying to get better. And again, a very valuable prospect for the Arizona Diamondbacks. But things just got worse after that. They lost again to the Scorpions on Saturday, 7-6. And Diamondbacks pitcher Jordan Chalice blew the save. In fact, he, in his 1 inning of work, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and struck out 1. They then lost on Sunday to the Solar Sox 6-5. Then they lost on Tuesday by a score of 14-8. Kenny Castillo, at least, was 2 for 4 in that one with an RBI and a double. They had 1 win in the last week. It was over Peoria on Wednesday by a score of 4-3. Jack Hurley, 2 for 4 with an RBI in that one. But then yesterday, they lost to the surprise Saguaros by a score of 8-0. And you know what? I'm starting to go back on my position there in regards to the playoffs. I'm starting to be in favor of every team in the Arizona Fall League making the playoffs, perhaps, because now our beloved Raft are falling into one of the final spots there, and I don't love that. But I also don't love there were no appearances by Dre Jameson over the last week. He might be done with Arizona Fall League play. That wouldn't be that uncommon, considering that, again, he was just here to kind of get some live work against real batters and get some, real game situation practice going on there. But overall, that's a shame because I loved watching Dre Jameson pitch, and I hope that he still has a few games out there before they wrap up their season, which is coming up here on the horizon. In fact, this weekend is the Fall Stars game and the Home Run Derby out there at Sloan Park. A wonderful weekend. If you have not checked out an Arizona Fall League game, this is probably the time to do it. The Fall Stars game is exactly what it sounds like. It is the best prospects from the Arizona Fall League all being put together on 2 teams. And then you also have the Home Run Derby, which is taking place on Saturday night. Both of those events are happening, like I said, at one of the most beautiful parks here in Arizona at Sloan Park. There are no Arizona Diamondbacks prospects participating in the Home Run Derby, but it should still be a great time. It still bums me out, though. I needed some home run, somebody to root for there in the Home Run Derby. The Diamondbacks do have 1 prospect that will be participating in the Fall Stars game. Yancel Louise has been elected to the Fall Stars game on Sunday. Again, that's also at Sloan Park. So don't even get me started on the weather. This week, the weather has been one of the only things that has made Damon and I happy. And then the Grammy nomination today for Mega Ran. That also made me very happy.
The weather is insane, though.
The weather is insane. And it's, again, the absolute best time of the year to watch baseball. And we are so lucky to have it still going on here in Arizona. Don't forget, Arizona is baseball nirvana. It is the place to be if you love baseball. We have the most baseball of anywhere, I think, in the country, including the Arizona Fall League here. And yeah, it's just a whole lot of fun to come watch baseball. So again, if you have not had a chance to get out there and watch some baseball yet of an AFL game, do not miss this weekend. It is a great time to do so. Tickets are still fairly cheap. These events will be a little bit more packed, but if you really want to go truck some small children over to catch fly balls, there is no better place to do so, right? We're talking about a home run derby taking place in a ballpark that has lawn seating. It's just free range for you to run wherever to track down these home run balls. And the kids, they're violent, and they're not going to go without a fight. So good luck to you if you're going out there. But again, great time to be watching some baseball and a great weekend to do so. So again, we thank you guys so much for stopping by. We are thrilled that the Diamondbacks Silver Sluggers made some franchise history. Let's see what Mike Hazen can do here in the trade market to supplement this team, get the pitching back on track, and get this team competitive for 2026. But again, we appreciate you guys' time so much. We'll see you back here on Monday, right? It's weekend time. Damon and I have some celebrating to do for sure. But of course, you can follow us on Twitter until Monday. I'm at Cap_Caveman with a K. Damon is at Damon Dawg with a DAWG. We are all Damon's dogs. Bark, bark. Our show is at PHNX_Dbacks. But as always, all roads lead to at PHNX_sports on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I have no idea what happened to the stream, but again, I'm going to blame. Who should we blame?
Dodgers fans.
Yeah.
That feels pretty good.
Yeah, they were still upset about Monday's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a big shout out to the Dodgers fans for cutting our feed. Felt, you know what? Good game. Good game.
Yeah, maybe that gives him too much credit.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's thinking. No.
Who'd want to mess with us?
Blaze Alexander. Maybe trying to distract us.
Yeah, that sounds like something Blaze would do.
Jesse Jr.
That sounds like something Blaze would do.
We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for stopping by. We love you. We thank you for your time. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Make sure to behave yourselves. David, and remember, kids, baseball is fun, but it's so much more fun when you don't trade Ryan Waldschmidt this offseason.
We all silly like the mayor.